Oh, I don't know what you were thinking. So play it by ear. I'm trying to... Hi everybody, this is... Hi everybody, thank you for joining us. This is the TWNRGY podcast. This is our first episode. My name is Aaron.
I'm Adam.
And we're going to be discussing some issues or just some topics that'll help you ease your way into more of a healthier lifestyle without getting discouraged along the pathway when it comes to food and also when it comes to exercise regimes. But some of the topics we're going to cover include frequency of eating, amount of eating, what you eat, exercise regimes, getting more sleep, supplements that you're taking, and also just positivity that you're putting out in your life and hopefully receiving in the back end. But all right, here we go. First topic that we're going to be covering is the frequency of eating. And the one area that I want to focus on is more so it can be termed intermittent fasting or restricted, was it restricted time eating or time restricted eating?
I don't remember, yeah.
There we go. But the key to it is try to, at the very beginning, try to have a 12-hour window from when you last eat to when you eat for the first time the next day, and that includes food as well as anything other than water. So what it does, it helps you just to utilize the food and energy, whether it's fat or food that's already in your stomach, and burn that off as opposed to continually refueling it by snacking at night and things of that sort. But also a goal of it is also to extend it from 12 hours to maybe 14 hours. So if you start eating at 7 in the morning, you end at 5. Or if you want to even extend it to 16 hours, if you start eating or drinking anything other than water at 7 in the morning, you would end at 3 p.m. that afternoon. But in regards to frequency of eating, is there anything you want to touch point on?
No, just kind of makes it easier. Maybe if you start earlier in the day of not eating, generally we do it from probably around noon or 1 o'clock till about noon or 1 o'clock on, say, a Monday, and then we don't eat again until the next day, Tuesday, around 7 or 8 o'clock. So just the earlier you start, it's kind of easier to the next morning.
And you do feel a little bit of burst of energy throughout the day. You're going to have some pains when it comes to eating because you'll definitely have those hunger pains and you'll be used to wanting to eat throughout the day, snacking, mealing, whatever the case. But then also maybe just try to have your meals be like 2 meals a day as opposed to 3, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Maybe a bigger breakfast depending on what you eat. And then also maybe lunch, evening time, whatever, have the second meal. Just a little time for it to pass. Him and I usually have an early snack, and then later on in the later morning have like our other snacks as well as a vegetable shake. But we can always touch base on that later in another episode. But also the next topic we'll cover will be amount of eating, and basically you have to be honest with yourself in regards to what you're eating, the amounts. It's easy to just continue to eat, and you just eat until you get full. There's no reason to do so, only just because of habits that you like to eat a lot of food. It's easily accessible, whether you're snacking, whether you're going to fast food restaurants. Food is everywhere, but it's just basically having that self-constraint to not be snacking all the time, decrease the amounts you're eating. Also, usually when you eat vegetables, whether it's salad or any other types of vegetables, bell peppers, so on and so forth, it occupies a lot of space in your stomach. So does breads and things of that sort, but breads are a quicker burning fuel and they burn faster, and then in turn you're hungrier quicker than you would if you were eating vegetables. Vegetables tend to be slower to break down and help subside your hunger a lot quicker or a lot longer, as well as some proteins, whether it's nuts or meat or whatever the case may be. But just be aware of those amounts. And typically you want to have about 2,000 to 2,500 calories a day. If your intent is to lose weight, you definitely want to have it be below that 2,000 calorie mark. But anything else in regards to amount of what you're eating?
No, I guess I could just kind of move on to what do you eat. The
All right.
next topic. But with what you eat, maybe you just kind of want to, as Aaron kind of said, think of what you're eating. Probably eat more vegetables, reduce the amount of sugars that you intake to close to zero if possible. But also you want to reduce maybe the amount of protein you intake. But it all kind of depends on your age. If you're a little bit older, maybe you want to take in more protein just because your body is deteriorating your muscles, therefore your protein.
Some muscle mass.
Just kind of be accountable for what you're eating. If you want to, go ahead and have a food log so you know what you're intaking and putting in your body.
Yeah.
In this way, you can cut things out or add things that you may need. And just kind of some of the things that we do for our meals. Generally, Monday through Friday is kind of almonds, walnuts, coconut shavings, baby carrots, kale salad, a vegetable shake, which includes about like 6 to 8 different vegetables. We'll also have another like kind of green vegetable drink and maybe pickles and garbanzo beans. So that's kind of generally, we're pretty boring during the week, and it's just those kind of 5 things unless we go to our parents' house and have something else for dinner. And then on the weekends, kind of just switch it up a bit, cook, maybe saute some Brussels sprouts or bok choy, onions, mushrooms, cut up some avocados, and a couple pieces of dark chocolate and some coffee. And that's kind of like a breakfast, lunch kind of thing, like brunch. And then maybe for dinner, do like a Greek horiyaki salad where you cut up some onions, bell peppers, tomatoes, also some capers, cucumber, red wine vinaigrette, balsamic vinegar, and some kind of garlic infused olive oil. So that's kind of what we do, and just kind of maybe some chocolate covered almonds and stuff. But just try to keep it vegetarian as much as possible. And anything to add, kind of?
Mainly we've gravitated towards a vegetarian diet / lifestyle. Occasionally, if we do have proteins, it'll be salmon, tuna. We try to stick with fish, like more pescatarian, or unless we do something with our parents, they typically go towards chicken or beef or pork, which I don't mind entering it into our diet every once in a while, but definitely not making it a regular staple in our diet. But just part of the reason why we follow a vegetarian lifestyle or vegetarian diet is because it helps us with just absorb a lot of nutrients that we don't necessarily get with some of the other things you might be eating, whether it's bread, chips, and it also digests better and doesn't absorb or drain a lot of energy from us because we like to maintain an active lifestyle, whether it's bike rides, gym, hikes, things of that sort. So it helps resolve or just save our energy for the things we like to do, as opposed to just eating and getting bogged down after we have a heavy meal or whatever the case may be. But that's about it in regards to what we eat. If you want to move on to exercises and things to start off with, just
next topic is just kind of light exercises. Maybe if you're someone who doesn't really exercise very often, kind of way to get into it, maybe do some push-ups, some sit-ups, squats, lunges, possibly go for a run or walk around your neighborhood, go on a bike ride, or if you want to step it up, the intensity of stuff, after you kind of get into it, get a gym membership where you could use some of the machines, weights, swim in the pool, even do sauna. So this is all going to help you to increase your health and just be more physical on your free time. So that's kind of some of the light exercise things to do.
And the key thing is, like Adam said, keep it light. Like whether you do your pull-ups, if you install one of those pull-up bars you can put in your doorway, push-ups. Just keep it easy and light to begin with. You don't want to get overwhelmed and be discouraged by being sore by going to the gym, doing bench presses, whatever the case may be. A lot of people tend to get sore for the first week that they transition to the gym, and they get discouraged, and it's just take it easy. And
the next subject we'll start off with is getting more sleep. it's important to try to get as much sleep as you can because it helps to reset you for the next day. Some ways of getting more sleep would be, or just getting better sleep, would be to go and kind of have a stock in your room, look if there's any kind of LED lights or any sort of light peeking through your window. If it's LED lights, maybe get some black tape and cover it up so it doesn't affect you when you're sleeping, and then kind of look at your windows, see if you could close your blinds or shutters all the way, and if not, maybe try to black things out so you get as much darkness in your bedroom as possible. Also, look into maybe dimming your TV a bit, and maybe your cell phone, or altogether kind of just turning off the TV and your cell phone the last hour or two of the night. This way you don't get that blue light that kind of helps keep you up during the day, and then therefore keeping you up at night. And another thing would be to not work out or eat 1 or 2 hours before sleep, because when you're eating late, the digestive system is going and it's going to keep you up and help take you a little bit longer to fall asleep. And same with kind of working out, you get all pumped up and have your heart rate elevated, and it takes a little bit longer for you to fall asleep and get the more useful sleep every night.
Yeah, just to reiterate on the sleep, it's best to try to at least get 7 to 8. I'm not as good as trying to get 8, but I'm working at it. It helps you with recovery in regards to your overall health. From a workout, it helps recover your muscles, and also just from a mental standpoint, it helps recover your brain as well. It helps you to, in your defense of getting Alzheimer's and dementia, and it's just good because to get that deep sleep as well as that REM sleep, and then even the other sleep, whether it's light, and I believe that those are the 3 main ones, or segments of sleep, but they all help you with your physical as well as your mental health. But sleep overall, it benefits you, creates more energy for the next day, gets rid of a lot of the brain fog, and overall is great for overall health and well-being. Next subject we're going to be covering are supplements. It's good to take a multivitamin, also fish oil. But fish oil, Adam and I usually take it on a daily basis. We take it in the capsule form as well as in a liquid form in a glass bottle from online. But you want to definitely buy a reputable form of fish oil. You don't want to get the one that you just can buy off the shelf over at CVS or the grocery store. Something that's high quality if you do go that route. But a multivitamin, just make sure it has a majority of the vitamins and minerals, a lot of the different ones that you're not getting in your everyday diet, depending on how you're eating. If you have more of a fast food based diet or sugary diet and you're not incorporating a lot of vegetables, you're definitely missing out on some of the nutrients. But the best way to start is just from a multivitamin. You can easily get lost in the weeds by taking other supplements, but just to start off, a good fish oil and a good multivitamin. So was there anything else you want to add to that, Adam?
No, just that's kind of just for starters, and we could kind of go a little bit and expand more in other podcasts of different types of supplements that would be good for memory or just physical well-being.
The only other thing I want to add is the frequency of the multivitamin. Maybe taking it just every other day, for the fact that you don't want to overdo it in regards to some of the nutrients that you're taking. You just want to go at it at a good pace, maybe every other day, taking that multivitamin. And also, not sure if we mentioned it before, definitely want to consult a dietitian, a nutritionist, or even your doctor in regards to any of the things that you want to incorporate into your lifestyle, whether it's diet-wise, it's health-wise, it's exercise-wise, just something just to vet out any possible issues that may occur in the future. And the next subject we want to cover is just bring more positivity in your life, whether it's talking better to yourself internally, encouraging yourself instead of talking yourself down, surrounding yourself with positive influences, whether it's friends, family, and just spreading positivity to people you don't know, saying hi to someone that maybe you didn't say hi to in the past, and perfect stranger, or whatever the case, but also just helping out someone if it looks as though they need help, because that little bit of positivity goes a long way. They may not have expected you to say hi to them. Someone may not have said hi to them all day or even talked to them all day, and you just said hi, and you made their day just from one little word. But was there anything else you want to add to the positivity?
Yeah, also just kind of maybe getting a little bit more of a deeper level of people, rather just saying, hey, how you doing? Okay, have a good day, bye. Maybe just kind of find out a little bit more about them, expand on things, tell them a little bit more about yourself, and this way you kind of get to know each other rather than just a bunch of surface level stuff. And it might make their day, make them happy that they're getting to know you as a person a little bit more, and you're getting to know them a little bit more, and that you cared enough to ask, and just very thoughtful for you and the other person.
Yeah, the world can definitely benefit from a little bit more positivity in it. Everywhere you look, whether it's the news and politics, there's a lot of negative things, which I typically stray away from. Don't pay too much attention to politics, nor do I do the news. So anytime I can, I just try to spread a little bit of positivity in this world. But also just to wrap things up, some of the things Adam and I do on a regular basis, try to make it a point to work out at the gym Monday through Friday, but definitely on days where I'm not at work, a day off, weekends, incorporate something different, whether it's a bike ride, a hike, a swim, frisbee on the beach, volleyball with friends, anything that gets you out and active, and definitely can make it a social aspect with going on a hike, talking with friends, having in-depth conversations, and also take into consideration the individuals that you're inspiring, whether it's your kids, you're taking them on hikes. It instills an active lifestyle to them that they can carry on to the future and bring along to their friends, to their family in the future. But those are just some of the things we do, because I like to have an active lifestyle, which is why, as of recent, I've kind of gravitated towards a vegetarian-based lifestyle, more so pescatarian with some fish involved in it. But just so I'm not bogged down with these heavy foods and not eating too much, being aware of what I eat, just so I can maintain an active lifestyle. And yourself, Adam?
Just kind of just say that all the stuff that we've talked about throughout this podcast is things that we incorporate in our lives ourselves. So it's not that we're just telling it to somebody. It's like we're incorporating it and doing it on a daily basis. The only thing probably could do more is try to get a little bit more sleep. But other than that, just making sure to exercise, eat well, and have meaningful relationships with people. And just taking care of myself and others, and just trying to spread love and happiness.
And I'll say a couple overwhelming ideas is, along with the process of incorporating some new things in your life, is self-restraint and self-awareness. Be aware of what you're doing, how you're doing it, and just have a little bit of self-restraint when it comes to eating and not eating, what you're eating. Just self-restraint altogether. It definitely goes a long way, and it benefits this process and to allow you to have a long, upstanding life, and just create a little bit more longevity in your lifestyle. And just wanted to tell you guys, thank you for listening. We'll definitely have more podcasts to come, more episodes to come. Feel free to leave messages in regards to questions you may have on subjects we touch based on that we can maybe go a little bit more in depth on, or just maybe some suggestions of topics you'd like us to cover. But again, thank you. Again, I'm Aaron.
And I'm Adam. Thank you very much.
And have a great day. God bless.